Recently I discovered that my dad kept a journal exclusively about my brothers in my high school years. And he titled it The Troubles. Thank you for laughing. That makes me think most of you know your Irish history. If you don't, The Troubles refers to a period of violent conflict in Northern Ireland that was really underscored by domestic terrorism. And as an Irish American, my dad thought it was equivalent to raising two teenagers in Sacramento in the early aughts. It starts with my brother getting his driver's license. Now, in California, when you're 16, you have a driver's license. For the first 6 months of your license, you can't have a passenger in your car. And my brother could not follow that rule to save his life. So he got snitched on by a neighbor, a cousin, a teacher. He got caught red-handed. And so finally, my dad did what no other dad would do. He did not take the keys from my brother. He took all the passenger seats out of my brother's car. And the first half of the journal is very fun because it's all about my brother, and the second half is the Michelle years, and it's troubling. But the most interesting part, I think, for the Michelle years, in my humble opinion, are the eggings. I don't know if you can tell from my super cool exterior today. My house got egged a lot in high school. Actually, 8 times, according to the Book of Sean. And he writes about it like a man defending his castle. So it's February 8th, 1:45 a.m. We hear the familiar sound, the cracking of eggs on the glass just feet from our slumbering heads. I open the shutters, yolk drips past my nose. They've returned. He gets out of bed, gets into the car, cruises the neighborhood looking for the eggers. Parks down the street from our house, perpendicular to our house, lights off, engines on, waiting. 29 minutes later, a minivan pulls up and my dad's like, that's them. Sort of an odd thing reading this as an adult, but I did realize that like in true teenage idiocy, so many of them return to the scene of the crime. Because they're like, we just did this cool thing and we didn't get caught. Let's go back and look at it. Huge mistake. As a 36-year-old, just advice to the crowd, if you get away with a crime, run away. So this minivan slows down and then starts to drive away. My dad pulls out in his car. The chase is on. He chases them through the neighborhood, onto the main streets, into the Whole Foods parking lot. Suburbs. He rams his Volvo into their minivan because no one in the story is cool. He jumps out of the car. My mom's in the passenger seat because April is ride and die, guys. She calls 911 because this is what my family considers an emergency. Can you just imagine being the operator of that 911 phone call? Like, your husband did what? In a Whole Foods. Is there a gun? Oh, just a flashlight. Okay. Well, we might send deputies, but this isn't like what we consider an emergency. And just with like the pure stance of my father's power, he shuttled these teens back to our house and he got them to clean up all of the at our house. And he had me come out to identify the culprits. And one kid apologized to my mom, and my dad was like, he gets to live. And the other 3 did not, and he was like, And the next chapter titled in his novel is The Hunt. And he found the parents and phone numbers of the other kids that were involved in this. The first was a doctor, called him at his place of business. Alex had to come to our house, confess, apologize, and rat out the other wheelman. He calls the wheelman, his name's Doug, he's the son of a preacher. My dad talks to the preacher, he just left a youth sermon titled, What's Wrong with Teens Today? The third guy took a really long time for us to figure out where he lived, and it involved my dad driving to my school. I provided the make, color, model, and car. And then he sat with his suit, tie, sunglasses, digital camera, telephoto lens, binoculars, so he could follow him to his house. And so that is how my dad became a verb at my high school.